I believe we're at are we on day 4? It's day 4. Yep. Yes. And I actually just tried for the first time the chai flavor Ultra Clear Renew. It is remarkably good. I was surprised. I still like the vanilla better, personally. And I've tried the berry too. But so tonight our topic is sleep. And sleep is vitally important. And in my eyes, the most important part about sleep is it is your best anti-inflammatory. If you are in any pain, you need sleep. If you have any conditions, most likely it started with inflammation, you need sleep. And if you have stubborn weight that you want to get off, you need sleep, because sleep is what we use for recovery. And it helps all our processes work better, all our biochemical processes. It's where we absorb our minerals and just everything stays in balance. Our gut flora is most active when we're sleeping. So that is causing all kinds of great things to happen. When your gut flora is balanced, it is not only balancing your GI system, but it's actually helping create the neurotransmitters, because 70% of serotonin is made in the gut, and it is creating the neurotransmitters that feed our brain and make our brain work better. So sleep is really important. So when we talk about how much sleep, we're going to talk about that in the presentation. So I'm going to shoot over to that.
Are we muting?
Oh, yes, thank you. Please mute. Hello, it's Dr. Stacy Francis, and we are going to conquer sleep. We're going to get the best sleep out of our lives by developing really healthy habits and getting rid of things that will impair our sleep. So sundown should equal sleep. So as the sun goes down, I want you to start preparing yourself for sleep. Get yourself in the mindset, start slowing down. Don't start picking up a project or start doing work. Because what causes poor sleep is artificial light, electronic devices, and overstimulation, fast-paced lifestyle, like just moving too fast and not having time to slow down, chronic underlying stress, worry, and deadlines. So how many hours is great for sleep? Well, 7 to 9 is optimal and 8 is the goal. It's enough to function at a high level, not be tired throughout the day, and sustain health and achieve a deep sleep every night. What is deep sleep? Critical sleep stage for waking and energy throughout the day. Slow eye movements, slow brain waves, so that you get delta sleep. It allows for rest and the brain cells responsible for attention, thought, perception, and memory. Effects of too little sleep are having less than 5 hours a night, and it's more likely to cause for you to get a cold compared to 7 or more hours a night. Irritable bowel syndrome and reflux are also associated with too little sleep. So is difficulty learning, moodiness, lack of sexual desire and sexual response, vision issues, weight gain, and it lowers insulin sensitivity. We want our insulin to be sensitive, not insensitive, and not resistant. Go to sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time every day. Some people notice that if they go to sleep at the same time, they will naturally wake up at an appropriate time. But you need to discipline yourself to go to sleep at the same time every night. Before bed, try to avoid stress. If you're stressed out, journal, write it down, get it out of your mind. We talked about getting it out of the amygdala where it kind of recirculates and you just kind of have it go on autopilot. We don't need that. Avoid heavy foods such as fried foods and sugar, alcohol, caffeine, definitely caffeine. All of you on the cleanse, you've noticed that being off caffeine has had positive effects on you, other than missing it, the behavior of it, but it does help with sleep if you do not have caffeine throughout your day. And exercise. So let's go back to exercise. You want to avoid heavy duty exercise. You can have stretching and light movement. Before bed, using blue light blocking glasses in the evening will help increase melatonin, that helps you sleep, optimizes circadian rhythms, improves your ability to fall asleep, supports your mood, and increases productivity. So blue light blocking glasses are the glasses that block out the kind of blue colors that come out of electronics and keep you from and stimulate your brain. You want to discontinue screen use 3 hours before bed. I always get kickback with this, but when you are having trouble sleeping, we're pulling out all stops, and discontinuing screen use is a really good idea, because oftentimes when you're looking at your screen, you're often looking at social media, you're looking at things that are programmed to draw you in and make you interested in saying, and have you think, what's next? Remember, it's those dopamine responses. What's next? What's next? That's a dopamine response. And that's what we don't want when we're trying to get to sleep. Choose relaxing activities, and there's so many of them. Choose peaceful and loving conversations, stretch or foam roll, do some deep breathing, praying or meditating, play games, puzzles, or draw. Journaling is my favorite, because I really want you to brain dump everything that's bothering you, that you're trying to remember, that your brain is on autopilot with or regurgitating. Put that on a piece of paper, and then it no longer has to be in your brain. It's on that piece of paper, and your brain says, oh, I know where it is. I have reference to it. I don't have to remember it right now. Reading relaxing material, not the news. The news is not something I want you to do before bed, because it's upsetting. So you want relaxing material that leaves you happy and calm. And take a bath. Epsom salt baths are perfect, because the Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate, and magnesium helps everything relax. Using a dark room. This is really important. If there's light coming in, it will stimulate you to start waking up. And so blackout curtains or an eye mask is very helpful. Using a red or orange colored light in your bedstand. No electronics in the bedroom. Try to not have any electromagnetic frequencies that are happening in the bedroom. Cover your alarm clock or other light source with a tape, and especially that modem that you have that has that little green light in the corner, you want to cover that too, so that it doesn't interrupt your sleep. Get sun exposure and walk outside every day. Vitamin D gets its optimal levels when we get it naturally, not from a supplement, but from the sunshine. But because we live in Michigan, we're not getting enough just from the sunshine, so you also have to take a vitamin D supplement. Exercise regularly and avoid bright light after sunset. Everything gets dim. Practice nose breathing and tape your mouth at night to increase your blood oxygen by 15%. That often helps people sleep. There are supplements that you can resort to if you're having trouble sleeping. Magnesium in the form of an Epsom salt bath, or taking Natural Calm or magnesium citrate, which is a powder that you can drink right before bed. Taking GABA or ashwagandha or theanine, which are a complex that we have in a supplement called Anxiety. It's very effective and helps a lot of people calm down through the day and sleep at night. Melatonin, you can take 2 to 10 milligrams, and you can actually take more than that. They found it even helps with some, helps prevent cancer in some cases. Magnesium and valerian root can help decrease muscle tension. Electrolytes, if you're having leg cramps, electrolytes, we have something called Endura, that's our electrolyte blend for leg cramps, or Catalyte, that's our go-to, and I'm telling you, it works so good. And finally, check for hormonal imbalances, especially progesterone deficiency, because that can also cause sleep issues. Now, you have plenty of things to try to get better sleep. Let's start knocking out all those things that are impairing your sleep and start putting in some really good things that will help you sleep. Have a great day. Hope that was helpful. Great. Short and sweet tonight, right? Okay, so let's talk about sleep. Raise your hand if you get 8 hours. Awesome, Darlene. Amy, kind of. Brenda, kind of. So Amy, what kind of sleep do you get?
I get up at 5:30 or 6. And so the goal is to turn the light out at 10. Most of the mornings at 6, some mornings 5:30. And I've been doing that pretty much lately. Like the thing that I did, which was I think in the group Facebook post, with this kind of silly thing about getting up and not hitting snooze and then high-fiving yourself in the mirror. I think I mentioned that already. And I've been doing that. And the not hitting snooze is allowing me to do one of my other habits, which is the meditating, which I didn't have time for in the morning because I was spending 10 or 20 extra minutes in bed. So I'm talking about the morning because I think it's like the morning habit, I think is actually helping me with the night habit. So I'd say like I'm going upstairs about 9 to start the process. The thing that I do though is my phone is next to me, and I know that's not great, but my husband's been traveling a lot and I just kind of like having it there. So I used to look at it a lot more and I don't look at it as much anymore. I have a book that I look at or a crossword puzzle. Or what I'd like to be doing is filling out that daily sheet that you gave us to plan our meals. It's one of my goals, but sometimes I notice right when I turn up the light, it's like, oh, let me just peek, and so but I don't do that as much as I used to. And then I don't sleep through the night. Usually I get up one time restroom, but when I get back, I go right to sleep. So I don't have a problem falling asleep usually.
That's excellent. Good. Those are great habits. And I'm so glad you're using the food log sheet. That's fabulous.
Well, I haven't started yet. It's my goal to do it.
Okay.
Maybe now that I said it, I'll actually do it.
Excellent.
And I do just want to say, this is like totally off the topic, but I watched the recording from last night. Darlene, congratulations on getting married.
Oh, thank you.
I wanted to make sure I said that.
Thank you. We're
Okay.
excited.
So Darlene, you are getting sleep?
I get sleep, but I wake up. I wake up in the middle of the night, take a bathroom break, and go back to sleep.
Gotcha. But you get about
I'd
8
like
hours.
it to be better. Yeah.
Okay.
I even take a nap.
And naps are not a bad thing. If you have time for them, it's a good thing. Right, Susie?
Today I did.
Right. Brenda, what about you? You're kind of like maybe 8 hours, maybe not.
Well, my sleep is inconsistent. Sometimes I sleep great. I go to bed, it's 10 o'clock and I sleep through the night. Other times, not so much. So, I mean, it's kind of, I don't have a steady pattern, but I do know 8 hours is good. And, I try to do it, but sometimes my body just doesn't let me.
Right. That can happen. Okay. Betty, tell me about your sleep. Or you have to unmute.
Sorry. My mouth was working, but I didn't say anything. So I sleep sometimes, and I'm just like Brenda, it's like whatever. So sometimes it'll be 6 hours, sometimes it'll be 7, and sometimes it's 8.
Okay.
And so I try to go back to sleep. And sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. And especially if I have to be out in the morning, it bothers me. If I wake up and I'm like, well, I should just start my day.
And what time would that be?
So sometimes I'll wake up at 6:30 in the morning after I've gone to sleep at 11.
Yeah, that's about 7 hours. It's not horrible, but you gotta
Yeah,
get enough sleep to get you through the day.
Right. So I meditate during the day.
Good. Excellent.
And sometimes I'll fall asleep while I'm meditating.
If you need it, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Very good. Susie, tell me about you.
So I am napping less during the day since Dr. Stacy got me on the right supplements a few months ago. But I have no trouble sleeping. I can fall asleep anytime, anywhere. I could be on the computer for hours before. I'm a really good sleeper, but so I have to get up at 5:15 in the morning. And if it were just me, I would be happy to go upstairs at 8:30 and be asleep by 9:15. But like my kids aren't going up at that point, and they're still needing things from me because maybe I didn't have time to give them that earlier. So I don't really get up there until about 10 o'clock. So I'm not really going to bed until 10:30.
Gotcha. Well, so what exactly how old are they? How old's the youngest?
12.
Yeah. So that is a young age to
Yeah.
let them be on their own.
Yes. So, and yeah, that's okay. But then I wake up and right, I still feel like I could use more, but it's not horrible.
Right. So is there anything you can do to get more sleep?
I think once the summer is here, I will be able to, because I don't have to go in as early in the summer.
That's good. Okay.
The minute the kids are gone, I don't have to be at the building until much later. So that will make a big difference.
That's great. Because, sleep actually helps us be in control of our thoughts. When we are tired, we don't have as much control over how we react to things. And so we'll be much more reactive and less able to be in a position to make our best decisions, right? So sleep is that important that I want to encourage you to do that. Very good. Okay. So is there anything else you want to talk about tonight? No. Okay. So are there any of the suggestions in the video of sleep suggestions that you're going to take on or that were interesting to you? Betty?
So when it said about her exercise, I thought I do some exercise before I go to sleep, but it's stretching.
That's good. Yeah, that's acceptable. We just don't want you to do like an aerobic activity, like run, hard, fast, because it actually wakes you up and stimulates you.
Yeah.
Amy?
Yeah, I have a question. So a long time ago in Target, they had in the dollar section blue light glasses, and I got some, and my sister said they don't do anything, that's not worth it, blah blah blah. But I feel like when I wear them, I feel like I can tell it's a little bit different. So even like, do they have to be a certain quality? Like, should I
No.
be getting them at a more fancier place?
No,
The
you don't
Target
have to-
glasses,
no,
probably.
They
Okay.
truly is just designed to block the blue lights. And so they're usually
Okay.
brown or orange. What color are yours?
They're clear.
They're clear?
They were $1, so
Okay.
they could be very well like not be legitimate.
But if they make a difference to you, then it might have something
I mean,
in
it looks a little different. I don't know if it's really making a difference, but I mean, the point is probably I shouldn't be looking at the screen at night at all.
Right.
But if I do, I guess I'll use those. And
No,
it said something about a red or orange light in your bedstand.
Right.
Like I feel like the
One-
light next to my bed, like sometimes when I read, it burns my eyes. So I must not have the best light.
Right. And so it is to stimulate more sundown, the reds that we see with the sun coming down. And the blue lights are more morning and will increase melatonin, where the red and orange will decrease melatonin. And we're trying to decrease, or no, sorry, switch.
Yeah.
Increase, I was saying cortisol in my brain. So increases cortisol in the morning when we're waking up, increases melatonin or decreases cortisol at night when we're trying to go to sleep. So that's what the light does.
And is that like, if I want to read, like, is that the kind of, could I read with that kind of light?
I
or
don't think
not
it's
really?
bright enough to read
Oh,
by.
okay. Okay. So you're not
changing
talking about a
your eyes.
reading lamp. You're talking, okay. I get
I'm
it.
just talking
Okay,
about
okay.
like guiding you to your bed.
Got it. Understand. Okay.
Very good. Anyone else have any comments?
So my husband, who was a pilot, would have a red light in the bathroom. And he said exactly what you were saying, Stacy, about the light.
Mhm. That's very interesting that he had that. Any relation to, in regard to being a pilot?
I have no idea.
Very good. Okay, so getting a red or orange light by your bedside, let me know if you do that. Mine is actually yellow, but it is a very dim light. And so it guides me to my bed. So I turn it on when I come upstairs, and then I do all my things. And then that's the light that guides me to my bed because everything else is dark. So that's what I use. So we are going to have a break tomorrow. We're not going to be meeting tomorrow. I hope you enjoy your Saturday, but I really want to encourage you to come on Sunday. I'm super excited to introduce you to Marie. She's going to do a hypnotherapy session, and she's just great. She's French. She has a beautiful French accent, and she did this program the last time. So you can always ask her all questions as well. So please be on Sunday. I'll see you then. And then we'll enter into our final few days next week.
Okay, perfect.
Have a
Thank you so
wonderful night. And if anyone has any questions, you can stick around and ask them away.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good night.
Thank
Bye, ladies.
you.
Thank you.
Right.
Welcome.
Stacy, if we wanted to continue this beyond the 10 days, is there any reason not to?
No reason not to. We have
With
lots of
shake
people
or
that
anything? Okay.
So you get a discount on, and if you want to continue it for 28 days, you get to have a discount for the supplements that you would need for that.
Okay,
And some people decide to stay on the detox, the renew. Some people switch to a different protein that we carry that's a pea and rice protein. So it's entirely up to you, but yes.
because why would they switch? Because they don't like this one?
No, some people just want chocolate.
Oh, yeah, definitely prefer chocolate. Okay.
So
But they're nutritionally,
I think that if you're on a roll, staying on the renew for another until the 28 days is a really good idea, and then consider switching to the other protein powder.
okay, okay.
Because you're developing really amazing habits and you're really like zoned in.
Yeah,
Why would you stop getting those results that you're getting, right? And so, and we're going to start talking about, mindset and all the things that kick us in the butt when we're not in a structured program.
I have a question. Could you make your own chocolate with the vanilla and add some cocoa powder to it?
Totally, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but not during the cleanse
No, yeah, that's what I meant.
because we don't want the caffeine.
Okay. Yeah. And I did upload that hard-boiled egg chocolate pudding on Facebook. So
Oh,
if
good.
someone wants
I
to
Okay.
ask
saw that.
for it.
Thank you. Yes, and I sent it to Judy, who's not on Facebook.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, night, ladies.
Good
good night,
night.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks for being here.